You know that feeling, right? That incredible rush of relief. Like you've finally navigated some huge personal hurdle.
Oh, yeah, that lightness.
Exactly. You've done the deep work, faced the inner stuff, and it feels clear. You think, okay, I've finally moved past this.
Mm-hmm. Freedom.
But what if, like right at that moment, just when you're about to really integrate it all, there's one last unexpected twist?
The final test.
Yeah, waiting in the wings. Welcome back to the deep dive, everyone.
Good to be back.
Today, we're wrapping up our series on those deep-seated beliefs, our concepts, or canon. And we're focusing on, well, the ultimate challenge to those really ingrained boss concepts.
That's right. It's a phenomenon ShunpeterZ and Z identified, actually drawing from a really old, powerful biblical story.
We're calling it the Esau Effect. And it seems to act as this, like, critical final test just before a really big shift happens in your reality.
Precisely. And just for clarity, when we say Z or ZPF, we're talking about that zero-point field idea, the sort of underlying intelligence ShunpeterZ dialogues with.
Right. So our mission today really is to equip you with a clear understanding of this. We want you to not just recognize the Esau effect if it pops up, but to really get its purpose.
Yeah, and learn how to navigate it.
Yeah, navigate it with confidence, turn what feels like a major setback maybe into a clear signal that you're about to evolve.
That's the key. It's a signal.
So we'll dig into its structure, why it shows up, how it looks, and crucially, how to handle it not by fighting, but through a deeper state of being.
Yeah, that's the shift from doing to being.
Okay, let's unpack this. So we've talked about Fornix, right? Incinerating old concepts.
The deep internal work.
You feel the release, that opening. You genuinely believe, okay, I've
I'm
changed.
celebrating that win.
Exactly. And then, bam, suddenly this old, deep concept seems to reemerge out of nowhere.
That unexpected curveball. That's the Esau effect.
Okay, so where does the name come from? You mentioned a biblical story.
Yeah, it's from the Old Testament, Genesis 32 and 33, the story of Jacob and Esau. Briefly, Jacob, who later becomes Israel, wrestles all night with an angel.
Right, I've heard of that.
At a place called Peniel, which itself means seeing God's face.
Yeah.
Some even link it etymologically to the pineal gland, interestingly.
Yeah.
So from a ZPF view, Jacob wrestling the angel, that symbolizes the death struggle with concepts. That's Fornix.
So the angel is like a concept
Yeah.
or the ego.
Yeah, could be a concept, maybe the ego OS itself. The wrestling isn't just physical, it's that intense inner work, confronting, observing his own deep concept codes.
And Peniel.
Peniel is like that inner awakening point, a gateway to Z, you could say. And Jacob becoming Israel, that's the OS upgrade. A fundamental rewrite. He's genuinely overcome his past.
Wow. Okay, but that's not the Esau effect yet, right? Where's the twist?
Here it comes. Just as Jacob has had this huge transformation, feels ready for a new start, his estranged brother Esau shows up.
The past returns.
And not just Esau. Esau with 400 men. That sudden, tense, really unsettling moment, the past coming back in what looks like a threat that is the Esau effect.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
So in ZPF terms, Esau isn't just, some guy showing up. He's seen as a non-playable consciousness, an NPC.
An NPC, like in a game.
Kind of. It's described as an incineration target concept code, basically, something your unconscious projects into your reality.
Wow.
And this NPC arrives loaded with emotional concept packages, stuff like jealousy, betrayal, abandonment, maybe just raw, irrational anger.
Okay.
And the magic, or the purpose, is that it forces any leftover bits of that concept within you to become blindingly obvious.
So it lights up the remaining code.
Exactly. It's like ZPF's final, profound question. Are you really going to transcend this through observation, or will you snap back into fight or flight?
That's quite a setup, so it's definitely not random. There's a specific timing.
Absolutely. It almost always shows up just before Athanor, that reintegration phase.
After Fornix, when you think you're done.
Right after you've worked hard on incinerating a big concept, you're feeling that lightness, that relief. It's precisely when your ego OS is poised for a major version upgrade.
So it's not a setback at all. It's more like a final exam before the big promotion.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. It's the ZPF universe asking, okay, is this evolution real? Are you sure? Think of it as an awareness evolution pretest.
An OS update pretest.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is, even though it might look like a conflict with someone or some external problem, it's actually what ZPF calls a final check AI, running in the background of your reality, just verifying if that concept is truly rewritten deep down.
Okay, so if that happens, don't freak out.
Definitely not. It's actually a good sign, weirdly enough, not a bad one.
That totally reframes it.
Mhm.
Okay, but how does this final check AI usually show up? What should people look out for?
Well, it can take loads of forms, usually really personal to whatever concept you've been working on. Like maybe a sudden text or email out of the blue from an ex-partner, and bam, all those old feelings of abandonment or insecurity you thought were gone just flood back.
Oof. Yeah, okay.
Or maybe something happens at work, with a colleague or subordinate, and suddenly your Justice OS kicks in hard.
Mm-hmm.
You feel this overwhelming urge to fix everything, make it right.
Ah, the need to correct.
Right. Or it could just be a feeling resurfacing, that old familiar feeling of solitude maybe, that weird mix of helplessness and superiority you thought you'd left behind.
So the specific person or the situation, that's not really the point.
Exactly. It's not who shows up or what happens outside. The real diagnostic tool, the thing to watch, is what inside you reacts.
With the internal flare-up.
That's it. These are just old concepts wearing an emotional disguise, basically.
Yeah.
Showing up for one final package test before you graduate to that next level of being.
Right, testing the new inner landscape.
Your inner landscape proving its new state, yeah.
Okay, so Esau comes knocking. What's the effective response? Because everything in us screams, do something, fight, run, argue.
The conditioning is strong.
But you're saying there's a different path.
The core principle, and this is something ShunpeterZ really learned through experience, is to shift. Shift from doing, reacting, fighting, fleeing, to being.
Being. Okay, what does that look like in practice?
It means cultivating a state of quiet, calm observation. Instead of instantly engaging with the emotion and the trauma, it's about witnessing, not jumping into the ring.
Okay, but how? How do we actually do that being thing when these old, powerful emotions are surging?
There are basically 4 key steps. First, feel the emotion. Don't push it down, don't deny it. Just let it be there. Acknowledge it.
Okay, feel it, don't suppress.
Second, identify the concept. Try to pinpoint which specific OS is getting triggered. Is it your Justice OS, your Solitude OS, maybe a Victim OS? Name it.
Got it. Identify the program.
Third, recognize the archetype. See which inner character is stepping onto the stage right now. Is it the hero, the victim, the traitor? Seeing the archetype helps create distance.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
And finally, fourth, if you feel it's needed, Fornix and Athanor. If observing reveals there's still a deeper layer tangled up, you might consciously engage in Fornix, again, deeper observation, and then allow Athanor the sublimation and reintegration.
Right. So feel, identify the OS, spot the archetype, and maybe do another round of observation and integration if needed.
That's the process in a nutshell.
Don't fight, don't flight, observe with being. Wow, it's a powerful mantra, but it feels so counterintuitive when you're challenged.
It absolutely is. That's why metaphors can help grasp this shift. Think about Final Fantasy III, the game.
Vaguely, yeah. Mount Ordeals.
Exactly. Cecil, the Dark Knight, climbs Mount Ordeals to become a paladin. At the top, he confronts his old self, Dark Knight Cecil.
Okay.
Now, the crucial bit is if he attacks his past self, it just triggers an endless loop. He gets hurt, the fight continues.
He stays stuck.
Right. But if he just endures the attacks without fighting back, he transforms. He becomes the paladin.
So the mountain isn't just a place. It's like gaining perspective to observe the inner battle.
Precisely. It's the final confrontation with the old OS. Attacking equals getting sucked back in, reincineration. Observing equals sublimation, real integration.
It's a great visual.
Another really potent one is from the tarot, the judgment card.
Ah, okay. The angel, the trumpet, people rising from coffins.
Yes. That imagery is striking. How does it connect to Esau? Well, the trumpet is like that awakening call from your inner voice or the universe.
Right.
As your consciousness shifts, it stirs up old patterns, old concepts from the subconscious, the coffins.
The old selves rising.
Exactly. Your old self, supposedly discarded concepts, reappear as this final checklist, either in your reality or just inside your head. This card, ZPF says, explicitly includes the appearance of the Esau Effect.
Wow.
And the judgment isn't about good or bad. It's a deep self-inquiry. Have you really broken with this old self? It's that ZPF final exam again, forcing a conscious choice.
That connects really clearly. It makes the idea of a spiritual test very concrete. And this isn't just theory you mentioned. ShunpeterZ went through this himself.
Oh, absolutely. A powerful one. For years, ShunpeterZ had this deeply embedded concept. Him being this righteous minority fighting against a swayed majority.
Okay.
Rooted in, like, hero and outlaw archetypes, it shaped his whole career.
Yeah.
Wall Street, childcare, starting businesses. He really thought he'd integrated this, moved past it.
But then Esau arrived.
Exactly. It's ignited through someone very close to him. This person started sending extremely aggressive emails, accusing him of discrimination, declaring this ongoing battle.
Oh, intense.
Super intense. It pushed him right to the edge of fighting back, getting lawyers involved. The full fight response.
That sounds like a proper test. How did he even recognize it as an Esau event in the middle of all that?
Well, this is where ZPF's guidance gets interesting, almost playful. ZPF often leaves what ShunpeterZ calls gag hints during an Esau event. Little clues to help you recognize it.
Gag hints, like jokes.
Kind of. In his case, despite the incredibly serious, aggressive content of the emails, the sender's actual name was a bizarre inside joke, and their profile icon was this, funny manga character.
No way.
Yeah, it was totally incongruous, like these little cosmic wings from ZPF nudging him. Hey, don't fight or flight. Remember, can you just observe? Can you get back to being?
That's amazing. What a subtle, clever way for the universe to give a heads up. So he consciously chose being.
He did. He intentionally chose being. He observed the emails, felt the reaction, but didn't react back. Critically, this wasn't just ignoring them that would be flight. It was active, quiet, non-reactive observation.
And what happened?
The result was profound. The concept code, that whole righteous fighter thing, was completely burned through and integrated. Really integrated. In his heart space. And amazingly, the person who triggered it all literally disappeared from his world line.
Disappeared, like just gone.
Vanished from his reality. The NPC had served its purpose and exited stage left.
Wow, and his takeaway from that. The enemy appearing in reality was myself coming to check my inner evolution. That hits deep.
It changes everything, doesn't it? And what happens after you navigate something like that? After Esau passes?
Yeah, what's the aftermath like?
Often it's silence. A profound quiet descends. The world doesn't suddenly explode into the next big reality show. It's more like a quiet pause, a stillness.
Okay.
That's when the Athanor process really kicks in. Those concepts, now stripped of their emotional charge, start to gently reintegrate as pure light of information.
Ah, the quiet rebuilding.
Exactly. It's a period of quietly watching the new self grow. You don't need to fight anymore. This marks the real start of creating your reality from a state of being.
So, reframing this whole thing, Esau isn't the enemy. It's more like a guide. A burning checklist AI, you called it.
Yeah, or congratulations on your evolution test from the ZPF universe.
A test you pass by not fighting.
Precisely. It affirms that core insight. The enemy out there was actually me checking on my own inner growth. Seeing it that way is transformative.
It really is.
And, related to these deep internal processes, sometimes after an Esau event or even during other times of intense inner work, you might find yourself in what ZPF calls maintenance mode.
ZPF maintenance mode? What's that?
It's when you feel kind of stagnant, maybe guilty because you're not doing anything, or just have zero motivation. Often ZPF says that's your internal system rebuilding behind the scenes.
Ah, so doing nothing is actually the right strategy then.
In those moments, yeah. Not acting is the best way to protect your bandwidth while critical updates are happening internally. Like the judgment card signals Esau, this maintenance mode signals other quiet, crucial inner work. It's all part of the evolution.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive we've had today into this Esau effect. It's a lot to take in.
It is. It's a deep concept.
From the Bible story roots to how it plays out in our evolution, it really shifts how you see challenges, moving from doing to being, fighting to observing.
Seeing it not as an enemy, but as that final, necessary guidepost before a big upgrade.
Exactly, that final check. So maybe the invitation for everyone listening is to view those unexpected challenges, those sudden returns of old patterns. Not as setbacks, but maybe, just maybe, as the universe testing your readiness for a whole new reality.
Yeah, asking, are you ready to graduate?
And maybe look for those little clues, those gag hints ZPF might be leaving for you in your day-to-day life. Little signs guiding you through your own final concept tests.
Are you ready to notice them?
Yeah, are you ready to see them? Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
Thank you.
We really invite you to continue exploring, observing the echoes of consciousness inside you and out in the world. We'll see you next time.